Hello and welcome to Real Girl Puberty. I'm Crystal Gazaiden, puberty survivor turned puberty ally, and I'm on a mission to help moms and girls thrive through puberty. Today's episode marks the start of a mini-series that I call The 4 Puberty Conversations You Should Be Having with Your Tween Daughter, but Probably Aren't. Stay tuned each week as we talk through the 4 different conversations. And don't worry, if you're not sure how to start these conversations with your tween girl, Real Girl Puberty has you covered. It just so happens that we have a magazine issue dedicated to each of these 4 topics. I'm going to start this series with a topic that had the biggest impact on my own puberty experience: confidence. I was a pretty confident and self-assured girl until I was about 10 years old. Then it was all downhill after that, and I'm talking a long, steep hill. What does confidence have to do with girl puberty? There's a lot of research on the connection between puberty and confidence, and it is clear that girls' self-confidence drops during their puberty years. According to the confidence research and writing team of Katie Kay, Jill Ellen Riley, and Claire Shipman, who are also the authors of the book Confidence Code and Confidence Code for Girls, girls' confidence drops by about 30% from the ages of 8 to 14, with a particularly steep drop starting at age 12. Does that timeline sound familiar? It is also the time that girl puberty starts. I can speak from personal experience that this is 100% accurate, although my confidence drop was probably closer to at least 60 to 75%. But that's just me. Now that we know this happens, what can we do to help our young tween girls keep their confidence intact? The best thing we can do is be proactive and not reactive. That means we need to start before our girls hit the later tween and teenage years. So if we're starting to have these confidence conversations with our daughters when they're in 3rd grade, when they're 7, 8, 9 years old, that's going to give us a better chance to help them have a more confident experience when they go through middle school and high school and everything that comes with what puberty brings and really just what adolescent life brings to them. So in this episode, I wanted to give a couple of practices that you and your girl can do so that you can build confidence. And honestly, I think even as grown women, we can still use a confidence boost. I know that I can. I'm happy to say that my confidence has grown so much since my tween years. Actually, I think once I hit 30, I finally started to develop a little bit more confidence. But that 20 years in between was really a struggle. So if you also have a use for any confidence boosting in your own life, this is something that is really helpful. And again, it's something you can share with your daughter, which really just increases your opportunity to bond and to be a solid support for her. So the first exercise I have is from Jackie Latraine, who I interviewed for the confidence issue of Real Girl Puberty magazine. And she gave us the exercise of imagining the best case scenario. It's so easy to spiral into the black hole of worst case scenarios. But what if we took all of that energy and put it into imagining best case scenarios? So this is advice I wish that I'd had when I was younger, because my head was always spinning with worst case scenarios. And while I lacked confidence, I did not lack an active imagination. And one of the big triggers for me is when it started about 7th grade, but I really developed a fear of being late to class. And as I was walking from one class to the next, or I should say speed walking, my head would spin with all of the bad things that I could imagine that could happen if I were late. One of the ones that always played in my head is walking in and the classroom is dead silent and everybody, including the teacher, just turning around and staring at me, which is bad enough. But then, as I was walking to my seat, my foot got stuck on the carpet and I tripped. That is something that went into my head. We had maybe, I think, 7 different classes every day. So this was going through my head multiple times a day, every day. So I know my situation is a little different than hopefully most of the girls. I did develop severe anxiety during my puberty years, so this is not a normal worst case scenario, but it is something that happened all the time. So if I could have used that energy instead and imagined what it would be like if I went to class and okay, let's mix a little worst case, best case. So imagine I get to class, I'm a little bit late. I walk in, everybody's minding their own business. I can casually go and sit at my seat and life goes on. So if I could have had the energy to think about different scenarios, I would have stopped my head from spinning and stopped myself from experiencing so much anxiety, because really having those kinds of thoughts just build the anxiety even more. So that is one exercise that I love, is imagining the best case scenario. Another fun exercise is power posing. So the way that we hold our bodies can impact how confident we feel. It's hard to feel confident and sure about yourself if you walk around all slouched forward with your head down, or even if you're sitting at your desk slouched over. It's hard to feel confident that way. So if you practice power posing, you can train your body and your mind to feel more confident. You can practice power posing before an important event, like if your daughter has a test at school, or maybe if you have a presentation at work or a job interview, or really if you just want to practice what it feels like to move through life a little more confidently. It's also something that you can make a part of your morning routine. It can be really powerful to do in front of the mirror so that you can actually see a reflection of what you look like confident. And try this with your daughter. It's so easy to do. And again, it is another opportunity for you to have that bonding connection. And it'll feel a little silly at first, which, it's fun to laugh together. So even though you might feel silly, I really, really hope you give this a try. So to do power posing, first you're going to stand up tall with your feet firmly on the ground. Your feet should be a little wider than your shoulders. Keep your legs strong, but your knees a little soft. We want to be solid, but not like rigid. Next, you put your hands on your hips, kind of like when you're giving someone attitude, which, maybe you can just imitate your daughter. Then you're going to hold your head up high with your chin lifted just a bit. This is the Wonder Woman power pose. Hold this pose for a minute or two. And again, if you can do it in front of a mirror, you're going to get bonus points. Do it together with your daughter, and you're going to get just an amazing confidence experience for you and her together. Power posing is a valuable tool for practicing confidence, and it can stay with you for life. But it is just one of many tools. So we talked about first, we have the imagine the best case scenario, power posing, and the ultimate is a confidence kit. The idea of building a confidence kit can be taken literally or figuratively. Power posing would be more figurative, but if you want to bring power posing into something tangible, you could print out a picture of yourself doing the pose and hanging it up somewhere where you can see it every day, like by your mirror or by your closet door. Or maybe you can hang up a picture of Wonder Woman doing the powerful Wonder Woman pose if you're not feeling quite confident yet in how you look doing it. But either way, just having that reminder every day to help you feel more confident. Some other items that you can keep in a confidence kit, especially for your tween daughter, is a confidence journal. You can use a prompted journal. There are so many of them on Amazon, or just use a blank notebook and create your own. And also in every issue of Real Girl Puberty magazine, we do journal prompts for both puberty allies and girls, so you can do these together. If you get the confidence issue of Real Girl Puberty magazine, you can use those ones. But again, just a blank notebook works as well. And also you can, in your journal or maybe just on nice paper, you can print out or by images of powerful words or phrases that help you feel your best. My favorite power phrase right now is I can and I will. And that's not only telling the world that, but sometimes I really need to tell myself that, hey, I can do this and I will do it. And another confidence builder is music. For me, at least, music is my life. Maybe if you know me before my Real Girl Puberty days, I used to be a drummer. And music is just such a strong part of my life. And I love to use music and playlists to help me manage different emotions. So I could not live without my Spotify playlist. I love to put on a power song to help me give a confidence boost. My favorite song these days for that, a little cliche, but Alicia Keys' This Girl Is on Fire. I can't help but, just stand up tall and feel strong listening to that song. And sometimes if I really need an extra boost of confidence when I'm going to be going to a meeting or doing a video recording or anything like that, I'll put on an outfit that makes me feel confident when I wear it. I think if anybody else saw me in this outfit, they wouldn't necessarily know that that's my confidence outfit. It's not the fanciest thing I own. It's just something that I feel like it fits me well and feels like it is a part of my personality. So I like to wear a confidence outfit when I need it. And also having a confidence accountability buddy. Someone who can help you get out of a rut when you're starting to feel down on yourself. This can be a best friend, a family member, a life coach, or even a therapist. Somebody that is just always like, I got you. You can do this. We need our own cheerleaders in our lives to help us when we're feeling down. Some friends can be really great to talk about your troubles with, and they'll be like, oh, I know this sucks. But for confidence, we're looking for somebody that can really just help you see like the silver lining in the things. So try to make sure that you pick somebody that is going to help you focus on the good things in life. And I mentioned this book at the beginning of this episode, but The Confidence Code for Girls. This book is great for moms and girls alike. They do have one that's just called The Confidence Code that was written for women in general, but I've read both, and the one for girls was just so much more actionable and something that can really bring up a lot of conversations for you and your daughter. So I really recommend that maybe even do a book club, you and your daughter. Maybe there's another couple mom and daughter teams that you can get together with and read the book, because they will have actions in it that you can keep in your confidence toolkit. And add anything else to your kit that helps you feel confident. Build your kit together with your daughter. It can be a really fun bonding activity. Put on your confidence playlist, figure out what you're going to do to help you feel more confident, and block some time out, maybe even this weekend, and create your kits together. I would love to see what you include in your kit. So please, if you feel confident enough to do it, you can send me a DM on Instagram. It's at Real Girl Puberty, or Facebook, or you can just email me, crystal@realgirlpuberty.com. I would love to see what you have in your confidence kit. So before I end this episode, which is our first of 4 conversations that you and your puberty girls should be having but probably aren't, I just want to let you know that even if you or your daughter have already lost your confidence, it is not too late. You're not alone, and there is help. If it feels like a temporary loss of confidence, you can take the actions listed above and see if you feel your confidence growing. But if it feels like a bigger or more serious issue, please seek the advice of an experienced mental health practitioner. This can be a therapist, it can be a doctor, maybe for your daughter, a school counselor, somebody that you can trust with your mental health. If it's left unchecked, low self-confidence can become a personality trait, which leads to anxiety and depression and a lot of other just mental health struggles. So I want to stress again, please get help if you need it. While nobody feels confident all of the time, it's something we can all feel when we practice it. So again, please, I just want to stress, please, I wish somebody could have been there to help me build my confidence when I was younger, because now as a grown-up looking back and raising children of my own, I know it's something that can be practiced. and something that we can lead by example with. So make sure that your daughter sees you in the moments when you feel confident. You can point it out, like after you did something like, wow, that made me feel really good. I felt good doing that. Wow, that actually made me feel confident. It's always good to show them when we're aware of our confidence. For more tips and information on building confidence during puberty, please check out the confidence issue of Real Girl Puberty magazine. And make sure to come back next week when we'll be discussing the second puberty conversation that you should be having, but probably aren't. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so happy to have you here at Real Girl Puberty. Puberty, yeah, we're going to talk about it.